Greetings, Minecrafters, and welcome to a Minecraft discussion here on this beautiful morning. Looks like it might be a rainy day, but who cares? It's all good. It's all contemplative. I love it when it rains after it hasn't. You know, it's just kind of peaceful and restful. And the bugs are loud today. It's like the loudest quiet. Hear that? And the bird? Anyway, okay. My name is Kimberly Quinn, and I'm excited today to have this discussion on paying attention to your guidance system. Probably short and sweet today, okay? Because we're kind of reiterating. And I had my inspiration today on my exercise bike, so I've become a workout animal after I do my gratitude journal. My inspiration is by Abraham Hicks today. I'm just going to kind of reiterate some parts of what we've been saying, well, through the whole thing with Minecraft, because about, you know, the base or the foundation of Minecraft becoming the boss of your brain, right? Thoughts coming first and then feelings come second. So therefore, we can know what we're thinking by how we're feeling, right? We can't feel anxious without thinking anxious thoughts first. And sometimes my students have a tough time with that because they're thinking, oh, but you don't understand. I do. And the fact is, you can't walk around feeling anxious or angry or guilty or whatever without having the thoughts first. We know that. So this is why the topic of today is to really pay attention. I say, hi, little G. Pay attention to golden retrievers, yes. Also, pay attention to your guidance system. Pay attention to your guidance system because our guidance system is talking to us all day long. We're not talking about religion here. We're talking about our inner voice, and we're talking about also allowing those old narratives to just run through our heads and the word allow is what we're talking about. And the longer they've been allowed to run through the unconscious, the higher, you know, the more of a, or the heavier of a lift it is, right? So Abraham used this example this morning, which was such a great illustration of it. Wow. And she's talking about a spark. And here in northern Vermont, at least we do, a lot of people heat with wood. We heat with solely wood, so we get it, because sparks tend to try to control that, but they every once in a while you get a pop, you know, and a spark might, you know, land on your, you know, flannel shirt or something, and thankfully you've got time to kind of get it off. And I liked how she used that analogy or metaphor or visual or however you want to say it, that you want, you know, when you notice the spark, you want to flick it off right away, because otherwise what happens is it burns a big old hole in your flannel shirt, or worse if it gets deeper, right? And I thought that was such a good analogy, because we do have time, a little bit of time, to shake those thoughts. We do have time to shake those thoughts. And then, and then also on a positive note, you know, the general rule of thumb is 17 seconds. So if we're trying to kind of lean into a positive thought, you know, we're trying to shift out of, oh, I just had that self-deprecating, I'm not enough, I just came out of a work meeting and somebody just looked at me and then I started thinking about, you know, I'm not thin enough or smart enough, or maybe I have imposter syndrome, why am I here? So 17 seconds, that stuff starts to stick. Also true when we flip it around and we are on our top of our game, we see the spark, start to feel the heat and flick it off, and then rapidly shift into some really good positive self-talk about, you know, I got a fact check here, I am enough. I'm surrounded by these executives, let's say in some high rise in Manhattan or something. That isn't an accident. You know, I just didn't land here with no credentials and, you know, and all the qualifications and traits that I need to be here, and personality plus and all that stuff. It's not an accident that I'm hanging out with these people and making decent money and having a title and, you know, whatever. Why am I teaching? Why, you know, I got picked to be the coach. I got, you know, whatever. It's not an accident, because we are an accumulation. Where we are in our lives is kind of an accumulation of a whole lot of choice making, mixed in with, obviously, you know, other stuff, right? Life happens, and then there's who you meet and when and all that stuff. We are still an accumulation of lots and lots and lots and lots of choice making, which has very much to do with the base of it is our thoughts. The thoughts we allow create our lives. Absolutely no question. You think of the great thinkers out there are all saying the same thing. We create our own lives. We are the authors of our script, or the captain of our ships, and that is just it. So therefore, it's very important as the captain of our ships to pay attention to the compass, okay? Pay attention to where it's going, and that's it. So think of the thoughts as like a spark. A little bit of time. about 17 seconds. That may not be that much time with an actual spark, but pay attention and flick it off as soon as you notice it if it's not something you want to keep or let burn a hole in you. All right, so that's it. Pay attention to your guidance system. Control your thinking, and therefore you will feel better. This is Kimberly Quinn signing off from the beautiful, very loud, quiet Notch in northern Vermont. Have a mindful day.